conditions. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins. And Bobby, they talked about the flooding. They talked about how this could shift, and certainly it could, right?
Well, certainly it has, right? I mean, 24, 36 hours ago, we had a forecast track out here. Now it's down in here in Sarasota County, so it's really shifted. You can see that these are the satellite pictures of the clouds, right? But you can really see this eye wall. Look at this high-resolution satellite. That is a major hurricane with blue skies right in the middle. If you get in the middle of the eye right there. Winds are up at 120 miles per hour right now. It's about 244 miles south of Sarasota. That puts it about 300 miles south of Tampa. I kind of drew it up there a little bit, but you can see all the rain that's starting to move through the area. This is the Hurricane Center track. You can see it jog to the right just a little bit. Looks like it's going to do another jog to the right, so I wouldn't be surprised if this moves a little bit more towards the east. We'll get another track update coming up here shortly. There's the latest right now, and you can see winds going to 130, well, really this afternoon, right? We're at 120 now, and then keeping that as we get into tomorrow morning. This is overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And then during the day on Wednesday, it's approaching and making landfall somewhere now. It looks like it would be closer to Sarasota County as that happens, and then weakening. But look at this, taking it right up across the center of the state, Lakeland, right over top of you near Orlando, and then moving up towards the north. The center may go anywhere in here, and there's going to be some fluctuations. If there were, I would imagine it would be a little bit to the right of the line that you're seeing right there. All right, now let's talk about the models. That's why I said that. They are all shifting. Look at this. Even the ones that were outliers out here on the left are all now moving over here. Good old UK Met has been calling for something like this for several days now, so you can see how everything is shifting off towards the east. Tropical storm warnings for Pinellas, Hillsborough, Polk, that's new. Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands County as well too. Polk, that's new today. We've had tropical storm warnings, but because of that track like that, we think that the hurricane force winds, if they came in here, will shrink as it moves on shore, but there'll be enough that we could have some sustained winds closer to 74 miles per hour in that area. Now, because of this shift in the track, the surge threat for Tampa's really come down. And that's why you hear all these officials saying, look, don't let your guard down. It does feel better for surge in Tampa Bay. They're saying 4 to 7, which that number will probably come down. But unfortunately, that number goes up from Bonita Beach. Well, it's really down to Bonita Beach all the way up to the middle of Longboat Key. 8 to 12 foot is what's expected. If the center comes in down towards Venice, the worst surge is going to be south of there. I'm thinking Sanibel right now. Kind of a side shore for them, but there's certainly going to be, Fort Myers Beach is going to have a lot of water on it. This is the timing as we go through tonight. This is Wednesday at 8 a.m. for Tampa. That's when tropical storm force winds start to get here. It's sooner than that when you get down towards the south. There's a look at the yellow. That's the tropical storm force winds. That's 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. 60-mile-per-hour winds start to move in through the afternoon on Wednesday. Hurricane force winds Wednesday evening, moving across southeastern parts of Hillsborough, most of Manatee and Sarasota County. Now, winds. I want to show you this, and I'll let you go. And before I do that, I want to mention rainfall. There is going to be a lot of rain. I'm really concerned about the Anclote River Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If you live along the Anclote River in Pasco County, the Pinellas County border there, please take precautions. Expect flooding, okay? We're going to get almost 2 feet of rainfall is expected in that area. Here are the winds now as we go through. Let's go through this afternoon into tomorrow morning. That's 3 in the morning. Sarasota winds in the 20s, 23 in St. Pete, all out of the north and the east. Now let's go through tomorrow at sunrise. Winds still in the 20s for most areas out of the north-northeast. Now, this is 11 a.m. tomorrow, winds in the 30s. These are sustained winds. We'll have higher gusts. Winds in the 40s by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can see the highest winds in Sarasota County. And then as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday, that's when we'll see the highest winds. Sustained winds in the 40s and 50s. That's late tomorrow night. You see where the eye wall is moving across parts of Hardy and DeSoto counties. And then on Thursday morning, just before sunrise, the winds actually start to dry up or die down a little bit as the system moves away. And it will be weakening after it makes landfall as well, too. This will change a little bit. The track will change a little bit. We're going to get through this. It is looking a little bit better as far as surge goes for Tampa, but the rain and the wind is still going to be an issue, and I think the rain now could be more of an issue than anything else. It looks like west or left of the center of the track will have the heaviest rainfall.
And Bobby, one thing that we heard when we heard this update from St. Pete, they talked about tornadoes too. And those popping up throughout this.
100%. We're going to have a tornado threat as it comes through. There's the rainfall rate, right? If the storm comes up like this, you're going to get on the backside of this, you're going to get the very heavy rainfall. What's happening out there now is rain that's moving up. And that is going to give us a tornado threat. And in fact, let me jump over here. We're going to have a better tornado threat tonight and the first half of tomorrow than we will have as we get into, it looks like now, tomorrow night and Thursday, because that's when the center of this will be moving by. Let me pull up the radar again and show you where we're at. There's a tornado watch that's actually down south right now over southern Florida, and that's about to here, so we're here, but that's going to work its way northward as we go. There's the center. You cut this thing in half like this and like that, and that quadrant right there is where you get your tornado threat. And you see these little bands that are out here? That's where they come in. So where you see the yellows and the reds, we'll be tracking those very, very closely. Again, right now that threat's down to our south of Fort Myers, or almost to Fort Myers, but that, of course, is all drifting northward. So I'm thinking along and to the east of that line that you see there will be the tornado threat. We're thinking tonight and into tomorrow morning. We'll be wall to wall for coverage for this storm, and we're kind of contemplating, well, we might be doing tornado coverage before our wall to wall time anyway. So either way, we got you covered right here.